What is up, everybody? Back with some more Scarlet and Violet Regulation F VGC. Got a brand new team that I actually put together myself. We're going to be featuring today and having a session with. This is a team around Sun and Walking Wake. I did make a team around Walking Wake really early on, right after it was put into the game. But at that point in the game, it actually was not legal on the ranked ladder. I wanted to go back and try to make a team around it. And this team was kind of simple to make because I had a lot of this stuff already in game, so I figured I might as well throw this team together and then throw up a rental code for you guys. I do not have a pokepaste for this team, so if you guys do want a pokepaste, if I get enough people that actually request a pokepaste, I will throw one down in the description. But as of right now, at least when I'm recording this video and throwing it up for you guys, at least to start with, they only have a rental code. So if you guys want to use this team, let me know any feedback or anything if you guys want to use it on the ladder. Rental code up in the corner. I'm going to kind of break this team down. There's not really too much to break down here. This team's pretty simple team. It really is. There's a few different things, like the clef key is kind of different than a lot of stuff people are running, but a pretty simple team, so I'm not going to really spend too much time breaking this team down. I'm going to try to just include as many matches as possible in this video without making it incredibly long. So first off, we got the star of the team, which is the Walking Wake. I got the Life Orb, max special attack, max speed, just a really standard set. I do not have Draco on this set just because I wanted more consistent damage, and having the Dragon Pulse there, at least for me, fits me a lot better, being the one that actually built the team. So that's kind of what I have. With the Terra Water, just to be able to hit a lot harder. You don't really even need to Terra this thing a lot of the time. It's mainly just to guarantee kills. It hits so hard in the sun, especially with a special attack boost and a Life Orb, that you don't really need to Terra it most of the time. You're going to be saving the Terra on this team. Mainly, it's either going to be for the Flutter Mane or the Ogre Pawn, and then sometimes if you have a really good matchup with the Torkoal into the enemy team, you can maybe Terra Fire the Torkoal. It's kind of what the Terras on this team kind of look like. Then we got the Flutter Mane, the Choice Specs. This is actually a Choice Specs, max special attack, max speed, Terra Fairy Flutter Mane with the speed boost in the sun. So not only do you get the special attack boost holding the specs, you also get the speed boost, so you're hitting really, really fucking hard. Plus, you're really, really fast. So that's kind of what this Flutter Mane really is for. I got the Ogre Pawn on here. I want a really good physical fire type on this team. Ogre Pawn fit the build really, really well. And I had it already available in game, so I kind of just threw it on this team. I threw Swords Dance on there because the one thing that this Ogre Pawn kind of gets a little bit walled by, especially if your Walking Wake goes down or like the Flutter Mane kind of drops early, is Incineroar. So being able to Swords Dance in Incineroar's face, they really can't do much to you, especially if you go Terra Fire. They can't knock off your item, and the only thing they can really do is either fake out or go for Parting Shot and just try to stall you out that way. So you have Swords Dance there to kind of negate the attack drops or the Parting Shot type stuff Incineroar likes to do. So that's kind of what that's there. And then I got the Wood Hammer just mainly for the water types, and it hits really, really hard. It's almost a guaranteed Oko on I think the water type Ogre Pawn. Most of them, it depends on their build. They have to be max defense, max HP to have a chance to live, and even then it still does a shit ton of damage. So that's kind of why I have Wood Hammer. I got the Torkoal on this team. This is going to be your main sunsetter for this team. Just the standard charcoal set. The only thing about this you got to take note is that actually it is only Eruption is the only fire type move on this. I'm actually running the Solar Beam for other grass or other water types and that type of thing, ground types, rock types. I also got the Earth Power there for stuff like Incineroar and other stuff that can get hit by the Earth Power for solid damage. And then you also have the Protect on there, so kind of keep that in mind. You got to kind of play around the Eruption, but if you're able to play around it with this team, it just does so much damage. Even if you have a little bit of health missing, around about a third of your health, it still does so much damage in the sun. It's crazy. I got the Clef Key on this team as well. I was going to use Whimsicott. I didn't really feel like using Whimsicott, and I didn't really want to go try to build one because I already had a lot of this. Like I said, I had pretty much all this stuff already available, so I kind of just was able to make this team pretty fast in game. Apart from the Hisuian Lilligant, which was pretty easy to get anyways. So I threw the Citrus Berry Clef Key on this team. This is mainly the Clef Key you're going to be bringing if the enemy team has some type of something to try to change your weather, whether it's a Whimsicott or a Pelipper or a Tornadus with Rain Dance, something that's going to try to change your weather to a different type of weather, or if you're going to get sand or snow, just to kind of change the weather yourself manually. That's usually when we're bringing the Clef Key. Or if the enemy team's really, really fast with Tailwind, The Thunder Wave is also pretty good, so you're able to slow down a lot of threats and have the Walking Wake still outspeed a lot of stuff, even though the enemy team maybe has Tailwind. That's kind of what this Klefki is kind of for. You also got the Metal Sound there, which pairs really well alongside every single special attacker on this team. So it's kind of what it's really for. And then I got the Lilligant with After You. Sleep Powder's good if it lands. And then I got the Solar Blade. Upper Hand's really interesting, just mainly because it's good into stuff like Rillaboom. It's good into Chien-Pao if they want to go for Sucker Punch. Non-Inner Focus, Entei or Dragonite, which is really rare. But I've went against a game where I was going against a Dragonite that was Terra Normal, and he never had any he never had Inner Focus for whatever reason, so I was just able to sit and spam him the entire time with Upper Hand and make him flinch over and over because he was banned and he couldn't switch out. So that's kind of one thing. But the main thing is just mainly for like fake out users and that type of thing. Upper Hand does not work for status. It only works for attacking moves. Another one that's really notable right now is Aqua Jet on Urshifu, or Thunderclap on Raging Bolt, which it stops both of those. So if you're able to predict your opponent going for any type of priority, even like Grassy Glide on Rillaboom, there's a few other things that are pretty common. Bullet Punch on Metagross, I've had that a few times. There's a lot of priority running around right now, and I think Upper Hand, if you can predict what your opponent's going for, gets you a really clutch flinch and allows your Torkoal to just pretty much put in a bunch of work, or whatever you're paired alongside. Usually if it's going to be alongside the Torkoal, though, is what you're going to be pairing the Lilligant with. Either as like a lead or as something in the back. Usually as a lead, though. And that's kind of what you're going to want to be doing. You got the Follow Me there if you outspeed everything and they have no Tailwind setters on their team. You just go for Follow Me and just spam huge damage turn 1. Not much wants to live a Sun boosted Torkoal with an Eruption. It not much really lives that, so. And then I got the Sleep Powder on there just to put stuff asleep. You have a really fast Sleep Powder, which is really clutch. If you can land it, I don't know, I had so many games where I already missed a Sleep Powder and it kind of cost me the game already, so. We're going to see how this team goes. Like I said, if you guys want to use this team, a rental code up in the corner. If you do want a pokepaste this team, let me know, and if I have enough people that request a pokepaste, I will add one to the description after this video does go live. But without further ado, let's hop into some games with this team. Alright, we're going against a pretty cool team for game number 1. I think the main problem here is actually they have Tailwind. It's kind of going to be kind of a problem. I don't know, Sun's really good versus them, though. I think what they're going to be doing, my opponent has the Arclodon, Ogerpon, Water Form, Ceruledge, Lapras, Grimmsnarl, and Talonflame. So I think what they actually do here is they're actually going to bring the... They're 100% going to bring the Talonflame. I think they bring Talonflame for Tailwind. That's 100% a no-brainer. I think they bring the Ceruledge because it has Flash Fire. I think that's something they bring. And then the last two mons, I'm assuming probably Ogerpon Water Form. And then it's either probably a toss-up between the Lapras or the Grimmsnarl, I think. So I think that's what they'll bring. I want to bring the Torkoal here, but I have a chance, or like there's a strong suspicion he might actually end up changing my weather. I'm not sure, but I think I'm just going to bring it here anyways. The Grimmsnarl might have some other weather type on him, but I'm not sure. See how it goes. I think I just lead Grimmsnarl and I lead the Lilligant as a lead here. It's a really solid lead. I bring the Walking Wake here. I think I actually bring the Ogerpon in the back. It's really good versus him. He might actually bring the Lapras too. I think Lapras gets Water Absorb, so it can kind of wall the Walking Wake. But like I can Terra Water versus that's the thing, and he can't really touch me very much, so. Kind of an interesting team. If you guys are liking the videos, leave a like, subscribe, share the video. If you would like to become a channel member as well, there's a link in the description and a join button down below if you guys want to do that as well. Really helps out the channel, and all the support really helps out with me bringing you guys future videos. So he leads with Talonflame Lapras. He has priority here though, like that's the main thing here, he has priority. I don't know if I actually outspeed Lapras, I don't think I do. I think I'm just going to go for Solar Beam here, if I'm being real. The shitty thing is, Upper Hand does not work on Tailwind, so I'm assuming he's going to either Tailwind here. He could also go for priority Brave Bird, which would work, so this is like a kind of a 50-50 turn for me here. I'm just going to put Talonflame to sleep. That's what I do here. He actually doesn't even go for priority. So I don't know what he's going for. Maybe U-turn. He wants to U-turn out. I think that's maybe what he's trying to do. Usually if they're running Talonflame, usually it's Tailwind. He actually has Ice Beam. That's perfect. It's fine. I kind of wish I would have went for Eruption because that would have did a shit ton of damage here. That almost still just one-shots him. That's crazy. That is crazy. So he's not running Spidef. He's running fully, like, defensive Lapras. I think what I do here is I just Eruption. I just Eruption. He's asleep, so I just can go for After You here. He's forced to either switch or protect here. Otherwise, the Lapras dies. The Talonflame's not going to want to take Eruption here either. He's still not even going for Tailwind. I don't know. If I were him, I would have tried to wake up there. But that's how much he got... Like, how much damage he took from full. That's crazy. That was from full health, and that is resisted, and that it almost one-shot the Talonflame. Still asleep. Unless he's not Gale Wings, maybe he's Flame Body, I'm not sure. He could also be running that, but I don't know why he would run Talonflame with Flame Body when Moltres does that job like a million times better with way better stats, so... He has the Stereo Edge, which I kind of thought he would bring here. I think I just Earth Power here. I'm going to Earth Power. I could go for Solar Blade here as well, which I think I'm going to do. It's 4 times resisted on him, but from seeing how much the Eruption actually did to him, it might actually kill him from this range. Actually lives. I'm surprised. And he gets the... He's Flame Body Talonflame. What the fuck? That's why he never outsped me. He has no priority moves. He's running Flame Body with Tailwind. What the fuck is this guy doing? Bitter Blade. That's fine. They can go ahead and get rid of the Lilligant. That's fine. The Lilligant's only really here to, like, do as much stuff as possible before it goes down to Sash. And then maybe try to buy a few more turns. Or just do as much damage before it goes down. That almost one-shots him. I mean, he has Tailwind up now, which kind of sucks. But, like, at the same time, I don't know what he really has. Like, I'll go into the Walking Wake here, but... I don't know what he really does to me. Like, what does he even do? He dies to Brave Bird if he goes for Brave Bird on something. I don't know what the Stereo Edge really does. He ain't one-shotting anything here at all. I got just Eruption anyways. I still Eruption, then I'm going to go high for Hydro Steam here on the Stereo Edge. He doesn't one-shot anything here at all. Like, I kind of can maybe protect and kind of buy myself time that way, but... Even with the Tailwind up, I don't know what he really does to one-shot anything on the field. Unless he has, like, a crazy Terra here. He has Aerial Ace. So he takes no recoil, though. Will-O-Wisp, that's fine by me. That's fine by me. I am not a physical attacker, so that is just a wasted turn. That's fine. Walking Wake about to put in the work. We're about to get the late game Walking Wake sweep here, y'all. I think that's what this is going to be. It depends on his last Mon, but like whatever he has in the back. Like judging by his team, I don't know what it really is going to be. He hasn't even touched the Torkoal either yet, and the Torkoal's still at full health. Just sitting here throwing out Eruptions. That had been like the best turn ever. I ate a Aerial Ace and I ate a Will-O-Wisp and I still never died. He has Ogerpon, that's great. That is great. So he's going to Terra here. He's probably going for Terra. I think I'm going to predict him to go for a Terra, and I'm actually going to Solar Beam on this turn. And I'm just going to Dragon Pulse here. I could go for Flamethrower, that's boosted in the sun, but I think he's going to Terra. He is, so that's perfect. Another thing to note with this team too, a lot of the Ogerpon water forms, at least currently, are not running max speed. They're not really running much speed at all. They're usually either running some defense or special defense, and usually a shit ton of HP or some attack investment. They're not really running much speed. So the Ogerpon on this team, if you're going against the water type Ogerpon, normally that would be kind of a bad matchup, but a lot of them aren't running max speed, so you're able to outspeed and usually one-shot them if they go Terra with a Wood Hammer. Especially at +1, if you Terra into a fire type and you get your +1 boost, you 100% 1-hit KO pretty much almost all forms of water type Ogerpon, so. Goes for the spiky shield. That's fine. I made a good play, but it doesn't really matter, fortunately. But I still have a Mon in the back, too. Like, that's at full health. I kind of just destroys him. I think he just surrenders here. He's going to stay in. He's going to stay. He's running max speed as well. That's really interesting. That's even with a defense boost. That's crazy. Still a 2-hit KO on him. Now he has... Oh, I forgot he has Tailwind. That's why he outsped me. That's why he outsped. I got Ogre Pawn here. I think what I do is just... I could Terra here. I really could, but... I think I do Terra, actually. Actually, I'm gonna stay this way, because if he hits me with a water move, that's neutral on me, and I don't know if it'll one-shot. So if I can have a chance to live there, I think that'd be good. I don't even know if he outspeeds me here. I don't think he wins anyways. He's gonna spike his shield. I don't know. He's just... If I would have went for a sword stance there, that would have been crazy. I don't know how he wins. I don't know why he's stalling the game. I guess to get some damage from Woodhammer and to scout what I have to do. Go scout or whatever you want, I guess. That's fine by me. Not much is really going to change because it doesn't pay picking any other moves. Just going to click the same shit. I could Terra here. I guess I could Terra Water or like Terra Water or Terra Fire. I don't think it pays really going for Terra on anything here though. Do outspeed him. So he only outsped because he was under Tailwind, so he's not actually max speed. That's one thing you gotta take in consideration with this team as well. If they have Tailwind up, it's kind of a problem for some of the stuff on this team. The Flutter Main's really, really fast. You can still outspeed some stuff under Tailwind with the Flutter Main with the speed boost in the sun. But apart from that, you gotta look out for everything else on this team if they have Tailwind. It's kind of why I have the Clef Key, is to Thunder Wave the stuff that's a really fast threat under Tailwind. Because a lot of stuff that gets Thunder Waved is even slower than what you have on this team under Tailwind. So you're able to kind of one-shot whatever is really fast, and I'm mainly a threat with that Thunder Wave. So not bad, really solid game. Top into the next match. Alright, we're here with another game. My opponent has the copy-paste rental team. That's great. Dozo, Tatsugiri, Glamora, Dragonite, Chimpao, and then Hearth Ogre Pawn. So I think what I do here is I lead with the Lilligant Torkoal as a lead. I think that's a really solid lead. I have upper hand. I can do some solid damage to the Chimpao if he wants to go for Sucker Punch or any type of damage. Same with the Dragonite. The Dragonite won't get flinched because he probably has Inner Focus, but he still do some solid damage if he goes Terra normal. I have Sleep Powder. If he has Dozo Tatsugiri lead, I can outspeed and go for Sleep Powder under Sun. I think that's my best play here. I think I bring the Flutter Main because he has a bunch of priority spam. So he can't touch me with like any type of E-speed garbage. And it kind of comes down to what I really want to bring here as my last Mon. I think I bring the Walking Wake. I think that's what I bring here. The Ogre Pawn's okay, but like the Dozo, depending on what Terra he is, doesn't really do much. A lot of them are running Terra Dragon. Or at least the few I've seen recently, they're all Terra Dragon, so... I went against one that was Terra Grasp. Depends what Terra that really is, and I also get destroyed by the priority, so... So I'm assuming he probably has Dozo Tatsugiri in the back, if this is what he led with. I think what I do here... He's probably actually Meteor Beam. He might be Meteor Beam, I'm just going to go for upper hand. I think he's going to go for Sucker Punch here. I think that's what he's going to try to do onto the Torkoal. I got a 4 times effective Earth Power here. I think that's what I go for. So if he's Power Herb with Meteor Beam, I one-shot him. He doesn't go for Sucker Punch. What are you doing? Does he not realize that I could have outsped him and one-shotted him? Okay, maybe I should have went for After You. Maybe that's what I should have did. He does have Meteor Beam. I should have protected. I should have went for protect. I don't know why he never went for sucker punch there. That's the double-edged sword with upper hand, because if he doesn't go for priority, then it fails, and you kind of ruin your entire turn. So I'm looking really bad right now already. No, I mean, I'm just going to go for Sleep Powder onto the Chien-Pao here. I think he's going to Sucker Punch this turn, probably, but I'm forced to Sleep Powder here. And then I'm actually going to Terra Water Hydro Steam. That way, if he goes for an Ice-type move on me, it's resisted. I don't know what he has in the back. He might actually have the Ogerpon. I'm assuming he has the Glamora, though. He might actually have the Dozo Tatsugiri in the back. I'm not sure. Just comes down to what he really brought here. We're down and out right now, but it just depends what he has. I actually land the Sleep Powder. Surprising. I have this team. I've had some really bad luck in like trying to test this team with Sleep Powder landing. It's lost me a lot of games where I need a Sleep Powder and it misses. This shit was straight up just fucking one-shot him. Get out of here. Get one-shotted. Goodbye. Really like Walking Wake, though. I think Walking Wake is probably my favorite out of the Paradox mons that we got with the Indigo Disc. So he does have Dozo. He does have Dozo. I think I just go for Sleep Powder here. I Sleep Powder the Dozo, and I don't know what he does for me. Or what he does versus me. And then I'm going to Hydro Steam the Chien-Pao here. If he switches out, then the Chien-Pao is asleep. He's going to withdraw, so I'm putting the Dozo to sleep here. Unless he's Terra Grass. If he's Terra Grass, he can dodge a Sleep Powder. But at the same time, I don't know what he really does to me, apart from like Earthquake, maybe. I don't think he Terras. I think the Terra goes off before he switches out, so... I land another Clutch Sleep Powder. I also have Solar Blade. Like, Solar Blade should still do a shit ton of damage to this thing. I mean, I guess I could have predicted him switching out there too, but I thought he was going to stay in since he was already asleep. Is he Terra Grass here, though? Because if he's Terra Grass, then I can't do that much damage to him. I'm going to go for Dragon Pulse. I think he's either going to be Terra Grass or Terra Dragon. Comes down to which Terra he is. I just need him to stay asleep for one more turn, because if he's Terra Grass, he is. So I can't put him to sleep anymore, which kind of sucks, because I just need him to stay asleep one more turn so I can go for Flamethrower on the next turn. See how much damage this does. It's probably not going to do that much. Yeah, it does nothing. The Lilligant's pretty much useless. He's actually Rocky Helmet, so... He's Rocky Helmet Dozo. This is 100% a rental. I think this is from the Portland Regionals rental. I think this is what actually this is. Team looks really, really familiar from, I think, the team that placed #2 at Portland. I think that's what this team is. If you guys know, let me know in the comments down below. I have Flutter Mane here, though. Like, in the sun, with specs, like, I don't know what the fuck he does. It's gonna still do a shit ton of damage. I think one thing he can try to do here is try to stall out the sun. So if he has Protect, he goes for Protect here and he tries to stall out the sun. I'm just going to go for Moonblast. I don't care. I'm going for Moonblast. And then I'm just going to go for the Flamethrower here. He tries to go for the Protect. He gets the 3-turn sleep. So I think this thing's dead. See how much this does. That almost just kills him from that range. The one thing I do like with this team, though, like, this team is just really, really fucking hyper offensive. It really is. Like, if your opponent does not have anything to, like, outspeed you, or, like, they just screw around and give you free turns. He rage quitted. He rage quitted. That just goes to show you guys, if you use a rental team from one of the pro people that from the tournaments and you don't know how to fucking play it, it does not get you wins. The guy did not know what the fuck he was doing at all. That was not his team. That was a rental code team from Portland. What a fucking chum. On to the next game. I'm not going to waste any more of you guys' time. Alright, we're here with another game. Hopefully my opponent does not rage quit on me. That'd be really, really fucking bad, because I'm sick of getting rage quitted on. Who knew Walking Wake would cause people to rage quit? I have no idea. I mean, I guess that's what happens when you use somebody's rental team and you have no fucking idea what you're doing. So, just because you guys use a rental team, if you don't know how to play the team, it ain't gonna get you free wins. My opponent has the Enamorous, Deoxys, Speed, Incineroar, Latios, Urshifu, and Tornadus. So what I'm forced to do in this game is I'm forced to bring Klefki, because he's going to try to change my weather, probably. And he also probably has Tailwind, so being able to Thunder Wave stuff, apart from like the Incineroar, is going to be really good here. I think I actually lead. I'm going to lead I'll lead Flutter Mane. Flutter Mane's a solid lead here. I have a few options I can do. I can either Thunder Wave the Deoxys, or I can just go for Sunny Day and get the speed boost if he doesn't go for Tailwind. I don't think I actually bring the Torkoal here. I think I actually bring the Ogerpon here, and I bring the Walking Wake again for this game. I think that's what I roll with. Usually if you're bringing the Klefki, most of the time you're either just going to bring the Torkoal solo, or you're not going to bring like the Lilligant at all. And even most of the time you're not going to really be bringing the Torkoal. Usually if you wanted to bring the fire type for that game, it's usually going to be Ogerpon alongside the Klefki, just because it's a little bit more synergistic. You don't have to follow me or like the support of the Lilligant there to really help it out as much. The Thunder Wave is decent, but it's so slow. So he leads Incineroar. This is actually pretty solid for me. I think apart from him going for Fake Out onto the Klefki here, I think. I have two options. I can go for a Thunder Wave here on the Deoxys and just try to straight up one-shot the Deoxys. What I think I might try to do. I'm actually going to Thunder Wave the Deoxys here, and then I could Terra Fairy. Which I think I could maybe do. I don't know. I think I just go for Dazzling Gleam here. Specs Dazzling Gleam should still do a shit ton of damage to the Deoxys, actually. I think that's what I do here. It does go for Fake Out. We'll see if I should have hit one for Terra Fairy. Oh, he has Taunt. So I get a free turn here, though. That's fine. I get a free turn. I'm not able to get my Sun up, but I'm still getting a free turn. It's a 2-hit KO. He actually outspeeds. Like, that's the main problem. He actually outspeeds the Flutter Mane. So that is 100% Deoxys speed. If it was the normal one, I think I would outsped. And I just can't do anything here. I wanted to go for Thunder Wave, but I can't really do much here, unfortunately. I think I just die it to the Incineroar. He's going to go probably for either Knockoff or Flare Blitz here. I mean, I have Flash Cannon. Flash Cannon can maybe break his... I don't know, if the Flutter Mane lives, that is. I don't know if the Flutter Mane will actually live a move from the Deoxys here. He's just going to go for Stealth Rock, okay. I mean, that sucks because I have Ogerpon in the back. He takes 25%, but that's a good turn for me because I get rid of the Deoxys for free here, so that's great. I should be able to take a Knockoff. I don't, unless he's like max attack Incineroar. I don't think he's going to go after the Flutter Mane here anyways, though. He actually outspeeds him. Wow, look at that solid amount of damage. Oh yeah, he gets the crit. The crit mattered. The crit mattered. Wow. So I actually get rid of the Deoxys, but I just end up getting critted instead. So it's not really too good. I want to go into the Ogerpon, but what that forces him to do is just switch out the Incineroar and then Intimidate spam me to death. That's what that forces him to do. So I'm going to save the Ogerpon for late game. I think what I do here is I Terra Water the Walking Wake here. I think that's what my play is. Unfortunately, I can't really do shit here. Like, I can go for Flash Cannon on the Enamorous. I think that's my play here, and I just go for Hydro Steam. If he wants to switch, he can. I don't think this thing has Protect. All the Incineroars I've been going against, none of them have Protect. They just have Fake Out, like Parting Shot, or like Knockoff and Flare Blitz, or like sometimes Snarl. That's the ones I've been going against. I have not seen a single Incineroar with Protect. And withdraw. So I'm glad I kept the Ogerpon in the back. I never went into that because he's going to try to Intimidate spam me. Latios, that's fine. I just need to get untaunted. That's the main problem I'm having here because I need to get a Thunder Wave onto the Latios. I need that thing Thunder Waved. I live in Earth Power, that's surprising. He actually outspeeds the Walking Wake. That's really bad. I'm not going to be able to take another one, though. See how much a Terra Water Hydro Steam does. It does a solid amount of damage. Only shitty thing, though, is like he outspeeds me here. See how much this does to the Enamorous. That's a 2-hit KO. That is uninvested. That is uninvested Klefki and does that much damage. I think I'm still locked. I can't use anything. I'm still fucking taunted. That sucks. I think I just go for Flash Cannon here. I'm gonna go for Protect on this turn. I expect him to Terra or something here. If I can somehow live a move that I can get untaunted, I can go. He's gonna go for Earth Power. The shitty thing here is, like, I'm forced to try to absorb a move. He has Draco, too. That's bad. I don't know if I can take a Draco. Like, the problem here now I'm having is that he taunted me, so, like, I couldn't get my speed control off, which was Thunder Wave. So being able to Thunder Wave the Enamorous, or even the Latios, probably the Latios would have been a better one. On this, for this last 1 or 2 turns, that would have really helped him win the game. And he also has the fucking Incineroar in the back, so you can kind of just intimidate, spam me if you really want to. I don't even think I take an Earth Power here. I mean, I can go for Spiky Shield if I really want to, but I'm gonna go for Spiky Shield. I'm gonna Spiky Shield here, and then I'm gonna go for the Dragon Pulse. He's gonna withdraw, okay. Is he Specs Latios? He might be Specs. So that's actually a good turn. So if I can get rid of the Enam or the Incineroar from this range, if he actually targets down the Ogerpon here with Earth Power, that'd be great. Probably best turn scenario. So I get a free kill here. That's great. That is great. The only shitty thing though now is like the Ogerpon's at -1. So like I'm kind of forced to attack the Enamorous. I can't really do shit to the Latios. The Latios, if he's choice Specs Draco, I think he just one-shots everything. He might predict me to go for Protect here as well and just go double into the Ogerpon. I don't think the Ogerpon actually takes an Earth Power from this range. I think I maybe do from full health, but the Stealth Rocks kind of whittled me down, so... If I somehow live in Earth Power, I'm going to get rid of the Enamorous, and then I have to make the obvious play and Protect here. I need to try to make this match a 2v1 to try to win. That's what I need to happen here if I can somehow live in Earth Power or outspeed him. I live. I live. That's crazy. I outspeed the Latios, so that's good to know. He's running a really weird EV spread, I guess. He's slower than the... So he's slower than the Ogerpon, but he's faster than the fucking Walking Wake. Really interesting. I mean, I think I go for Ivy Cudgel here just to try to crit. I just need damage. That's what I need at this point. He might actually also go Terra here. But if he goes for Terra, that's best case scenario, because he's probably like Poison, if I were to guess. Oh, he's actually just Dragon. I don't know how much that... I'm actually maybe should do Swords Dance here, actually. Maybe Swords Dance with the play. I'm dead. He actually outspeeds the Ogerpon too, so... I mean, at -2, I don't think I'll live, though. I don't think I'll live. I'm at -1. If I can get a crit here, I can maybe win. I need a crit to try to win the game. Or I need him to miss Draco. I think that's what needs to happen here. I'm going to Spiky Shield. Actually, I don't want to Spiky Shield and have him Roost, because they usually run Roost. I think my only play here is to go for Ivy Cudgel and try to crit. I think that's my only play here. Or he misses Draco and he doesn't. I don't think I live. Yeah. That sucks. I feel like if he did not have Taunt, I would have 100% won. I would have 100% won this game if I had my Thunder Wave. Him taunting me pretty much won him the game. That is legit the only reason he won is because of Taunt. That sucks. Hopefully he enjoys his fluke win, because I don't take that as a loss. I really don't, because if he didn't have Thunder Wave, he would have got fucked. Would have got bent over and fucking spanked. His team was really bad. Guy was running fucking Stealth Rock Deoxys. Come on now. I'll see you guys in one final game. Alright, we're here with another game. Another thing I actually was going to throw on this team on the Klefki, instead of, I think it was instead of Metal Sound, I was actually going to throw Misty Terrain onto this Klefki. Just try to get rid of other type of terrain, like Grassy Terrain and Psychic Terrain. And I actually wish I had that in this match, because my opponent has terrain. They have Indeedee, Chien-Pao, Annihilate, Iron Crown, Ogerpon, Water Form, and then Whimsicott, so... Gonna be a really tough game to win. I don't know how I win this one. Really tough match. I mean, I think what I do is I'm forced to kind of lead Torkoal, Lilligant here. I think that's my best lead. That way, just because he can't really, like, redirect my moves, it's still a spread move, you can't redirect that, so... I think worst case scenario, he leads like with Whimsicott alongside something else that just kind of destroys me, like Ogerpon. I think that'd be like worst case, Ogerpon, Whimsicott lead. I think I bring the Flutter Mane here. I bring the Flutter Mane. I think I bring the, I'll bring the Walking Wake here. I could bring the Ogerpon here as well, but I think he's gonna bring the Ogerpon Water Form. It probably is more of a defensive one, just looking at his team, so I don't really want to risk any of that shit. It's going to be a tough game, a really tough match. So he's Chien-Pao. I think too bad. I don't know. I think what I do here... I mean, he can protect. If he really wants to protect here, he can. But I think I just go for Eruption on this turn. I go for After You, and I go for Eruption. If he goes for Sucker Punch, that's fine. I don't know if he'll actually do that, though, because he might not want his Sash broken. He also has to take in consideration if I'm going to go for Sleep Powder or whatever here. He doesn't go for Sucker Punch. Is he Sash? Wow. How does the Ogerpon live? He lived on an invisible Focus Sash. He is Sash, though. He has Ice Spinner. That's going to bring me down to Sash. He leaves! He disconnects! Wow. Because it never killed in the sun. What a loser. What a loser. Okay, on to the next game then. We're here with another game. Hopefully my opponent does not rage quit on me, because I'm going to be really mad. I don't know why my opponent left that last game, because he had a way better team than I did. And he just got really salty and just rage quitted on me. Opponent has the Lando Eye, Iron Hands, Dragonite, Latios. I've seen a lot more Latios for some reason. I don't know what the problem with Latios is, why everybody's using that now. Primarina, and then Rillaboom. What do I do here? I have a few plays I can make. I actually bring the Lilligant Torkoal lead gear here again. I think that's what I do. It's pretty good into him. Especially with upper hand. It's solid. I have a few 50-50 plays I can make. I can go for Sleep Powder on a few things. I think I bring the Flutter Mane in the back. It's really solid. I think actually, since he has the Primarina, which I think he will bring, I think he brings Primarina here. He would be stupid not to bring Primarina. I think I actually bring Ogerpon instead. Ogerpon is a little bit better into his team. Otherwise, I would bring the Walking Wake, but him having the Primarina kind of just checks me, because I'm not... I've seen a few Walking Wakes, too, that are actually Terra Grass with Terra Blast. But I'm just mainly for shit you can't really hit, but... You're running Terra Grass for just mainly, like, a few specific things, and it's just not really worth. Or just mainly as a defensive Terra. he does bring Primarina, that's fine, I guess. I have a few options here. I think what I do here is I'm actually going to go for Upper Hand on the Iron Hands to predict him to go for Fake Out here, and then I'm going to Protect on this turn. I think that's my play. He's going to withdraw. What do you have? Dragonite, okay. Let's see what this, if the Upper Hand works here. Does it work? It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Wait, Swords Dance. Okay, that's fine, I guess. I don't care. I don't care about that at all. I don't know what this Dragonite has for me, but I have a few options what I can do here. I think the main problem is, like, he's going to try to he's either going to E-Speed here. He knows I have Upper Hand now, so he might have to like, question going for an E-Speed here. I mean, he doesn't get flinched, but he's still going to take a shit ton of damage if he goes Terra Normal E-Speed. I think what I do here is I just go for After You Eruption. I think that's what I do here. He doesn't go for Terra Normal, unless he's just going to go for E-Speed right away. He's not. Okay, that's why you have Upper Hand too. It forces people not to click priority moves. Makes them think twice. He actually has Ice Spinner on this. Fine, it brings me to Sash, but I'm still living. Drain Punch, he gets all his health back. The Torkoal is pretty much useless now. I think what I do here is I actually try to Sleep Powder the Dragonite, and then I'm going to Protect on this turn, actually. I think that's my play. He might go for E-Speed on this turn. If he does, that's fine. We know he has Primarine in the back, so I got Ogerpon for that as well, which is pretty good. Terra Fire Ogerpon actually is looking pretty good versus him. Especially with getting the +1 boost. I think the only problem is if he's like Terra Grass as like a defensive Terra, then he can maybe one-shot me in return, but I have to try to play around that a little bit, see how if he uses a Terra before then. I'm assuming that's what he's saving his Terra for, because he's not going to Terra Normal here. Sleep Powder off, that's huge. I'm hoping he actually kills the Lilligant here, actually. I'm hoping he goes, no, he doesn't. I have two plays I can make here. I mean, I can go for Solar Blade, or I can just try to put him to sleep. I think I'm just gonna try to put him to sleep, and then I'm gonna double into the Iron Hands this turn. He's gonna withdraw the Dragonite. Okay, that's good. So he's asleep still. That's great. He's gonna go right into the Primarina. I can put you to sleep, bud. I'm landing a lot of Sleep Powders. Normally I don't land Sleep Powders at all. A lot of my experience with this team, I've missed so many crucial Sleep Powders. Getting really lucky with the Sleep Powder accuracy, at least tonight for this recording the videos. And the only problem here is I might actually have to keep the Torkoal around just to try to reset my Sun. He actually has Landorus here. I think I'm just gonna Sleep Powder Lando. I'm gonna Sleep Powder Lando. I'm gonna predict the Primarina to be Terra Grass. I think that's what he actually is. How many turns of Sun do I have left? I have 1 turn of Sun, so I think what I do here is I'm actually gonna swap the Torkoal out into the Ogerpon here. I need to keep my Sun around. I think looking at his team that he has the Dragonite in the back, I think the Flutter Mane's more of an MVP for this team, especially with Terra Fairy late game. He doesn't even Terra. Still no Terra. Another Sleep Powder landing. Another one. That's 3 in a row. Hyper Voice. I should be able to tank this. It's in the Sun, so I tank that. So now the good thing here is like the Lilligant goes down, which is what I hoped to happen. So now I get my Sun back up for free for another 5 turns. And he has nothing to really get rid of the Sun, so it helps the Ogerpon here, and it helps the the Torkoal here as well. I don't think is he Throat Spray? He's not Throat Spray either, so I'm assuming he's probably a Solid Vest Primarina. It's probably what he is. I think what I do here is I just go for... I could go for Solar Blade. I think that's what I do here. I'm going to go for Solar Blade, and I think I'm just going to Wood Hammer. If he Terra Grasses this turn, though, that's going to be a crazy play. But it's really risky because he's going to go back onto the Lando. That's fine. Some chip... or out to the Dragonite. Get some chip damage on that. It's really risky for him going for Terra Grass here, though, because, like, I could go predict it and go for a Fire-type move. Oh, he's Water. That's fine. If you Terra Water, you're still dead. That's fine by me. He's not even a defensive Terra, so it's... I've also seen Terra Poison. I've seen a few Terra Ground Primarinas, just mainly for Raging Bolt, but you're still dead. Goodbye. Get out of here. Primarina is kind of a problem for this team, though, just mainly because it kind of really walls the shit out of the Walking Wake. You can't hit it with Dragon moves, you can't really hit it with Fire-type moves. It resists your Water-type moves. Granted, if it's not a Assault Vest, it still does a solid amount of damage, but they can one-shot you in return with Moonblast unless you Terra. And a lot of them, even if you do Terra Water, they're Terra Grass, and they carry Energy Ball a lot of the time. So that's one thing you kind of have to look out for with this team. So he has 2 Mons that are asleep here. He has 2 Mons that are asleep. The Torkoal's pretty much useless. Torkoal's pretty much useless at this point in the game, so I think I just double up into the Landorus here. I think that's what I do. Oh, he has Protect. That's no good. I just want him to kill the Torkoal at this point. Just kill the Torkoal, please. He has E-Speed. Is he banded? He might be banned at E-Speed. See how much this actually does. It does nothing because he's protected, I forgot. So what I do here, he can't Terra anymore either, so... What I do right here is I just go for Moonblast. I don't know if he's actually Choice Specs, or Choice Banded. If he's Choice Banded, I think what I do here is I'm actually going to protect the Torkoal. I'm going to protect the Torkoal. He can't protect the Landorus here. I'm going to go for Moonblast. Moonblast should one-shot him. We'll see if he's banded. If he's not banded, he also might try to go for Protect on the Dragonite, but I'm assuming, judging by his team, he's probably banned. He's banded, so I'm not going to Terra this turn. I'm just going to... if I can get rid of the Landorus here, I automatically win the game, because he's banded. It just straight up one-shots him. So I automatically win. Can't touch me, he's choiced. He's choice banned, I think he surrenders. I think he just surrenders the game here. I mean, I can't really touch him with anything on the Torkoal anyways. I mean, I'll go for Eruption if he doesn't touch me, and then I just go for a Moonblast here. He surrenders, he's choice banned Knight. I played that one really well. I played that game really, really well. Kind of a comeback from that other game where we had Taunt and we kind of got fucked over by that. But not too bad. And then we also had a bunch of people rage quit on me. It kind of sucks because that other guy would have a really solid chance. His team was crazy. We'll talk a little bit about this team and then I'll send you guys on your way. Overall, if you guys want a really fun, solid team around Walking Wake and like an overall Sun team, I think this is a really solid team. It also has the Klefki on here, which I think is kind of a unique mon to use right now. I haven't really seen much Klefki. Just mainly because Tornadus and Whimsicott are just way more common, but I figured I'd throw the Klefki onto this team. I had one available, and it also kind of does the job I was looking for this team. Just mainly is like speed control and like sunny day, like manual weather support. That's kind of the main thing I needed it for, so... And also the Steel typing kind of goes with the Fairy Dragon Steel type stuff on this team. So that's kind of what I wanted it for. You also got the Water, and then the Grass and Fire type core on this team. So you got double of the 3 cores that you kind of want. So really solid team. I think the only thing this team kind of struggles with, it does struggle with like a lot of the really like sweaty rental teams. I tried to take this team onto the ranked ladder, and it didn't really do that well. I think if you want to use this team, you're usually just going to be using it on the casual ladder. It's a really good casual ladder team, but I think if you want to use this team for ranked, you got to really know what you're doing. And the things I was really struggling with was either like other people using weather. I went against a sand team that I got fucking destroyed by. Just mainly because the Excadrill understand outsped like everything, even with, and I wasn't able to Thunder Wave or anything on that with that thing, so I got destroyed by a sand team on Ranked Ladder. There's a few other rain teams like Urshifu Tornadus. I got destroyed by that a few times because they kept trying to change my weather. There's a few other things like Tailwind with like Whimsicott, like really fast Tailwind teams, especially if you don't bring the Klefki, are a really big problem for this team. If you miss a bunch of sleep powders, that's also a thing that can cause you to lose a lot of games. Don't ask me how I know, because I've lost so many games trying to test this team missing sleep powders that I really needed, and they cost me to lose a lot of games. I don't know, there's a few other things too, like I didn't really test this team like incredibly much because it was kind of more of a standard, like simple to use team. I didn't really expect this team to do that good on the ranked ladder anyways, and I tried to test it out on Showdown a little bit. I kind of made it on Showdown, and then I kind of scrapped it on Showdown just because I realized I had most of the stuff in game anyway, so I might as well just build it no matter what happens. So if you guys do want a paste to this team, if enough people request a pokepaste for this team, I will throw one at the bottom of the description. If not, I just have the rental code. So if you guys want to use the team, let me know how you do. Let me know some feedback. There's a few things I could improve with this team, like the Terra on the Klefki. I could have that changed, and a few other things on this team, but I don't have the plan having this team together for very long. Just mainly like a team just for fun around Walking Wake, because it is one of my favorite Paradox mons to use. So also, if you guys want to feature this in any of your guys' videos, I know there's a few people that watch me that are also content creators that are always looking for teams. If you guys want to feature this team in one of your videos, just give me some credit in the description. That's completely fine. Give me some feedback. That would be all I ask. Apart from that, if you guys want to use the team, rental quote up in the corner. Not really a crazy team, but not really bad team. I think it's a really solid team, mainly for the casual ladder. I've had a lot of fun on the casual ladder with it. The ranked ladder is a little bit of a different story because everybody's just using fucking rental teams. I could probably go on a 20-minute video rant about why rental teams should not be allowed on the fucking ranked ladder, and how the ranked ladder is a bunch of fucking just absolute AIDS garbage, and how it needs to be reworked, but that's an entirely different video. But mainly because of the Portland regionals, there's also a few other like tournaments with a bunch of like sweaty teams. Everybody's just so lazy they didn't want to build their own team, so it's using everybody's rental codes. That's pretty much all the ranked ladder really is right now, unfortunately. It's the same shit over and over, and it's getting really boring. So apart from that, I'm gonna get out of here. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in a future video. Thanks for watching.